Buckle up at your leisure, fans, because this weekend, Rhea and I are headed for the Tri-State ATV Jamboree for a weekend full of exciting trails, both old and new.
Then we take a trip back in time with our old friend Nolan Stedman, who shows us it's not just about the destination, but rather enjoying the journey.
Finally, we take on 2 tough trails in Moab with our new friend Mason, who uses off-roading to show us that when it comes to getting over our own obstacles, anything is possible. At Your Leisure is riding your way now. The crowds are gathered, the air is clear, it's brisk, the skies are blue. It's time for another great adventure on At Your Leisure. Hi, I'm Chad Booth.
And I'm Rhea Rossi Booth, and we're at the Tri-State Jamboree up here in Hurricane, and we got ATVs galore today.
We sure do. We are actually with veteran rider, an old friend of ours, former dealer, Glen Zumwalt. He's the trail boss today, and he knows this area like the back of his hand. This is not just an obstacle ride, this is actually a history ride, and we're going to learn a lot about the history of this area today, which makes riding in this area a whole lot of fun.
Oh, I mean, we are layered up here like a 7-layer cake, but we're going to be whipping off these coats in about 10 minutes because then we're going to get nice and warm.
We will as it warms up. Great way to introduce spring. It's the first ATV Jamboree of the year here in Utah.
That's right.
So we're ready to roll. In fact, the guy with the flag has said start your engine. So we are going to leave you with a couple of pictures of the ride right now. Here's what you see on the trail.
So we've been coming here since 2014 to the Tri-State Jamboree, and then we got Donna and her husband Rick to come, and we just been coming, and we bring new friends with us all the time, and we just meet all these new people all the time. Yeah, a lot of friendships. We see people every year. The trails are really nice here. In Arizona, the ground is sort of hard and get a lot of ruts here. It's softer and more colorful, and the geography is much more exciting, I think, don't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So pretty here. We live in a beautiful state also, and right now all the wildflowers are blooming in the desert, but the roads are so different. The ground is so different, and it's just so much fun to come here. The scenery is just absolutely gorgeous, and the rides are great. People are great. It's fun. A lot of fun.
When we grew up, you were surrounded by trees. You just couldn't see past the trees. And the moment you get out in the west and you can just see off in the distance and see the beauty of the landscape, that's the difference. I can't get enough of it. The higher I can go, the better. I love it. I love these mountains. That's why I was asking earlier if I could go up higher in those mountains. That's what I want to see. I want to be able to see off in the distance. Only time we could see in the distance when we went to the beach. So you just look over the ocean. But it's so beautiful to be able to see all the different landscapes and mountains, and just the things you can see and do around here are great.
We have done outdoors since I was little, but not ATV, so we're new at ATV. We've done lots of boating, camping, in scouts, horses, everything, but this is new for us, ATV, and we just joined the Tri-State ATV Club, and this has been a great adventure. We went out yesterday to Kanab and here today, and which is right in our backyard, and we haven't been up this trail, so it's awesome. We're having a lot of fun.
This is absolutely amazing.
I know, it's spectacular up here.
I have always wanted to see what Quail Creek looked like from the air, and what a shot. I mean, you've got Quail Creek to this side of you, you've got the snow-capped peaks of Pine Mountain behind you.
Yeah, this is really a beautiful trail, and I knew we wouldn't be disappointed.
No, and so much history, like the aviation arrow and all the different things we've seen along the way. This is really a worthwhile trail.
It truly is.
We also have a worthwhile place for us to go right now. It's our Where To adventure. Welcome back to At Your Leisure. We are out on the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. A little brisk but sunny today.
Oh, it's beautiful.
And part of this trip, this is the Danish Ranch trip, comes by the Silver Reef Museum. Silver Reef was an old mining town here, and like I say, this trip is just full of history. We've seen old historical sites, but this is where they've collected all the artifacts, and we stop here. And with Glenn, having an entire professional career before he got into the ATV business in mining. He's the perfect tour guide to learn about this part of Utah's history.
I know. Does he do this for fun, or is this just for us? Because I just want to hang out with him all day.
Yeah, well, kind of a little bit of both. He actually spends time volunteering over here at the museum now that he lives in southern Utah, and I think we need to find out, probably listen to Glenn.
Yeah.
I think I did my first Jamboree in 2010, and of course it wasn't near as big as it is today, but the Jamboree was established with the help of the town of Hurricane because there were certain problems with taking people out on rides and making sure that all the rules were followed, and the club decided that the right thing to do was make a Jamboree. And so the Jamboree was established I think 16 years ago now. And it's been a popular thing. We've had people from all over the country, and we've added rides almost every year. And we're now up to 28 different rides. So we have a lot of opportunity to see different things down here. On our Danish Ranch ride, we certainly saw a lot of other things. We saw the museum and the surrounding mining area, and that's an interesting thing. You can spend a good half a day wandering around out in the old mining district, and you can spend a couple good hours at the museum itself, and then there's hiking trails and other things to see. A lot of geologically interesting places. We were able to overlook this lake from right up above here, and that's quite a view. You can see the surrounding country pretty well from up on top of the ridge and back of me.
And of course, you've learned a lot through the museum. The building itself is kind of a little bit of history. It is the actual Wells Fargo Bank.
It's one of the oldest ones around still.
It is the oldest one around.
Oh,
well,
it is?
It's not a bank anymore, but the buildings.
I know.
And of course, Wells Fargo is also a stage company.
Right.
And this is the actual bench where you'd sit and wait for the stage.
This is called the stagecoach dismount step.
Yes.
So it's not like in gymnastics
No,
where you dismount.
no.
But so like the coach pulls up, right? You like get out of the coach.
Yep.
I step onto here, I step onto here. I go into the bank, I put my money in there, or your money, whoever's money in there. And
If it's your money, it's gone. The only money to put in the bank is mine. Anyway, right now it's time for us to step away from here, no pun intended. Well, actually, intended.
that's cute.
Okay, and go to this week's Along the Way. Welcome back to At Your Leisure in our usual time slot. Of course, what we are is at a slot canyon, so it's a little different than usual. This is a slot canyon along the Danish Ranch Trail for the Tri-State OHV Jamboree. There's a series of steps. It starts as about a 20-foot drop, just, maybe, 150 yards this way, maybe not even that much. It's now 300 feet down to the bottom.
It looks like 3,000 to me. I think it's farther than that. And I'm like freaking out because our cameraman is like this far from the ledge. So let's hurry up and wrap this up.
So you might understand that, to make that very clear, that's you,
Yeah.
the viewer, sitting on your couch is about 6 inches from a 300-foot drop. So
Yeah.
please be careful. Don't lean back on your chair at home. You're going to
Oh my
go
God,
over.
you're killing me, honey. You're killing me.
All right.
Let's talk about our sticker winner.
All right, let's go to our weekly sticker winner.
This week's contest winner is Kevin Meuske and was recently on an adventure with us and got caught wearing his AYL sticker proudly.
Shame on him. No, congratulations, Kevin. Now, be sure to call us at 801-947-8888 to claim your brand new Clearly Tough windshield for your rig. Clearly the toughest windshields on the market. Visit clearlytough.com for more details. And for you that have Eagles Landing stickers on your rig, remember there's an extra $100 gas card that's coming your way if we pick your sticker.
Now it's time to take a look at the calendar of events. Next week, we're headed down to soak up the sun at the Easter Jeep Safari, which will be going on from April 13th through the 21st, so be sure to come down and look for us there.
Then, the off-roading fun continues at the Arch Canyon Jeep Jamboree, which is going on from April 25th through the 28th down in San Juan County.
And that same weekend, April 26th through the 28th, you'll have a chance to catch us again as we will be making an appearance at the 27th Annual Moab Rotary Car Show at the City Park.
Well, honey, as they say in the stagecoach days, this is the end of the line.
That's true. This is as far out as we go back. Now, if you make this trip down here, just remember the name Yant Flat and plan to spend a couple hours out here, because from this trailhead, which is the end of the trail for you, you can hike about 1 mile to a place that looks like the Wave.
Very cool.
Except you don't have to have a permit and try and get, wait 6 years to get a chance to see it. You just come up here and hike into it.
Yeah, it really is. It's spectacular. So we're going to go check it out.
Right. Well, we're going to prove the point to you once again, as we do every week. There's adventure around every bend.
You just got to get out there and create your own adventure at your leisure.
Let's take a hike. Just like
together.
Jack Sparrow says.
Instead of me telling you to take a hike, we're actually going together.
There you go.